You know, the my phone died with all those notifications last Monday before Raw. I had to charge it before Raw. And this is where you would put a witty comment, sucker.
Okay. So the only thing I'm gonna say is social media went to whack, and I say this loosely because what we seen in Game Six, or more like less than 4 minutes into the game, where the Warriors were down 13, things went straight to hell in a handbasket. Let alone Twitter. James, I think since you know more social media about this than I do, you can go ahead from here.
This is actually a video to record about talking about money in the bank. Yeah, yeah. Hello, I am James from the Big Easy, aka Fatboy 504. Welcome to the Who Dat Temple. This is the Money in the Bank prediction show. I am here with my co-host, I guess coming out of the closet. He is the Bay Area MVP, known as Will. MVP. What do you
Uh,
guys say?
fuck the refs. Fuck Joey Crawford. Fuck Tim Donahue. Fuck everybody. Fuck every ref there is. God damn it.
Hey, I'm rough.
Not you. See, you're not on the juice, so you're fine.
Anyway, this is gonna be a fun one. I'll pull up the Money in the Bank card. There are 10 matches. 10. And no, I'm not talking about perfect 10. I'm not talking about Ty Dillinger. So, you ready?
Go ahead.
Alright, we will start off with a first pre-show match. A random pre-show match. That I don't get. Well, okay. It is the Lucha Dragons versus the Dudley Boys.
What the fucking do? And this is why WWE needs to stop these pre-show matches. I'm just gonna give my prediction, and you could take the floor. Dudleys are gonna win because they're not gonna push Kalisto. He lost the belt to Rusev. Sin Cara. So go ahead, James. Blah. I'm done.
well, really, it's that this is a match that has no hype to it because this is just a random match, and it's like okay, yeah, Lucha Dragons, all right, they're fighting, but as you mentioned, once Kalisto lost the U.S. title, really, what relevance has both Kalisto and Sin Cara has? But at the same time, you think about it, once the Dudleys came back, you have to think about why are they back if they keep like losing, or are they just there to put over the newer talents or the newer teams? You know, and they could have at least held a tag title reign by now, but they're not. They didn't. They haven't had one since they came back. So I'm actually saying Lucha Dragons because I think the Dudley Boys are going to put over uh, Lucha Dragons.
All right.
The next match is a match actually been hyped up, and I hate to say this is another pre-show match. This is the more screwy tag team match, aka it's the Golden Truth, Goldust and All Truth versus Breeze Dango, Tyler Breeze and Fandango. A match has the history. And not one of these ones that was pulling together like Dudley Boys and Lucha Dragons. And this is like, I would say, what a weird, how they try to portray this type stuff. I am going to go with Golden Truth because I think they're going to finally pull it off because, why not? Go.
Right.
Ahead and
Oh,
go ahead and repeat.
all right. Well, see, this is where you want to eat some Snickers and grab an appetite because this match has nothing in merit, nothing in balance. It's just a filler match. It's nothing but sands in the hourglass. I'll just say golden true for the hell of it. But WWE, I think whoever writes this garbage writes in Crayola crayons. So yeah, I'll just say the golden truth.
All right, but anyway, yeah, I kind of understand the filler match, but at least this one has like a history going back into like before WrestleMania with the whole R Truth. I mean, Goldust wanted to be R Truth's partner, or like vice versa type storyline that they had beginning of the year, or even the like in between, like late last year. Um, yeah, it's just that yeah, I kind of understand what you're thinking and talking about, but as I say, it had some history. Um, we go into the main card. We got start off with Apollo Crews and Sheamus. You know, history going with this one is that Sheamus is upset that the new era superstars. He's attacking all the new era superstars, and I think what Big Show mentioned was that how Sheamus looks like. Oh Lord, Sheamus looks like he is scared of the new era. It's like he's afraid that they're gonna take his place. So MVP, what's your prediction? Your thoughts for this?
This is where I think Apollo Crews can hold his own here. Why, when Shane came back, the first person, and I say this again, the first person Shane talked to was Apollo Crews. Let's not forget, Apollo Crews is talented in the Indies. He was well known in Ring of Honor. Now he made a name for himself in NXT. I think his best match he had at NXT before getting called up was versus Finn Balor. And that was a good match. Not match of the year, but it was a good match. But here, I think they're going to give him somewhat of a push. He's always smiling. He's athletic. What more can you say? I'm going to say Apollo Crews with the victory here.
Does Apollo Crews? I have a question before I put into my prediction. Does Apollo Crews remind you of a Lashley or a Ahmed Johnson?
No, because those two are actually taller than Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is his own person in his own right. He may look built like one, but no.
Yeah, that built looks like it. Yeah, but he has that smiling personality, and I think that yeah, to be honest, really, I really thought that Apollo Crews kind of got caught up a little earlier because I felt like he could have done a little bit more in NXT. But after watching Breaking Ground after the NXT Takeover event, it kind of it intrigues you that how it was portrayed, but you have to make the point that Apollo Crews looks like someone that become a good star. He could actually he could be like a top mid carder, like for to even possibly hold a U.S. or Intercontinental Championship. Uh, Sheamus really doesn't need a push because he has had push before. I mean, look at the League of Nations and all that stuff, but really, it's like, what more do you need from Sheamus? I think Apollo Crews would pick up the win in this one, and don't get me wrong, Apollo Crews is an athletic guy, and he, as MVP said, he is a good guy in the independent. I just don't know. To be honest, I just don't know right now in WWE craft than an independent. Got anything to say about that?
Okay, more about the fact that I'm not going to be skeptical on how they're going to riff this match about. What I am going to say is Sheamus will give Apollo Crews a fight. That is a fact. But in all honesty, I think this is where Apollo Crews is going to get that push, like I mentioned. and they're gonna look forward for him to get maybe at least down the line, I'll say a Intercontinental Championship match down the road, possibly a U.S. title match. Too early for the world title.
But it also becomes the question about the brand because remember, we don't know anything about the brand split yet. But that question has to go for another time. That has to go for another. The brand split is gonna go for another day. Anyway, next match is a match that I believe is taken. It should have been over already. It should have ended at Extreme Rules, but we won't end at Extreme Rules. We ended it most likely here. Though we might even go to the battleground, and that is Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin. Why do we need another match between these two? We had so many damn matches, and Corbin won most of the matches, except for this first match at Payback, I think, because Ziggler got the roll up, if I remember correctly.
And I'm going to quote a great person that I learned this from. And he goes by the name of good old JR Jim Ross. This is beating up a dead horse, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to quote, this should have ended last month, at least last month. But this match is beating the dead horse. The horse is already dead. Why are we having this match? Again, creative got thumbs up their asses. But if I have to pick just for respect to this discussion, I'll just say Baron Corbin because I just think they're going to prolong Corbin to be one of the top heels of the company, at least for now.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is a dead horse, basically. And then to be honest, it's that. I mean, they fought not just on pay-per-views, but on Raws and SmackDowns. And as I said, it's just as you said, it's a dead horse getting beat up more. I'm gonna go with Corbin. There's not much I can really say about this match. Uh, the another match that we are going to talk about, I think could talk about more, would be a women's tag team match between Charlotte and Ada Brooke versus Natalia and Becky Lynch. Now, as you know, this is really another dead horse getting beat up with Natalia and Charlotte, but we had to add Dana Brooke and Becky Lynch. It doesn't make sense with Dana Brooke because her thing with Emma, but because Emma got hurt, and yeah, we have to put her with somebody. Oh, look, we're going to put her Charlotte, the top heel in the women's division. Becky Lynch was feuding with Dana Brooke. That's why she has to get involved. Yeah, it's just, I just don't understand the team unless they do decide to have Dana Brooke go face and fight a Charlotte. I'm gonna have to give the match to Becky and Natalia. So,
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to say about this match is this is to test Dana Brooke to see if she even could be in the roster and how well she plays herself, like into her character, and for Paige getting back some of the momentum that she lost. I think this is a must win for Natalia and Paige here because let's face it, I
wait,
vouched.
time out. It's Becky Lynch, not Paige. Becky Lynch.
Oh man, what? Well, see, I'm not much of a Becky Lynch fan, but I've always vouched for Natalia as much as I can. So I'm gonna give it to Natalia and Becky only because I think somewhere in the great wins, Dana Brooke is gonna turn on Charlotte. I mean, if you watch last Monday, that little mistake, always look for
I
the
was at
signs,
I was
folks.
at the Raw when that happened. But continue on. You want to continue on? I'll let you.
No, no, I already told you my winner.
No. But I was saying is that, as I say, that's what something that it could come down to is the whole mistake that happened between uh Dana Brooke and Charlotte last Monday. Um, and also the question becomes what does Paige got to do involved in this? Will Paige get involved in a storyline sometime down the road? Um, because of it, I don't know. Because you don't even know what they do with Paige, really, to be honest. Speaking of, but that's just, I still have to give it to you, Natalia Becky, because I don't really think Charlotte Dana could last long. All right, a match for the United States Championship: Rusev with Lana versus Titus O'Neil. Kind of was a little shocking that they actually giving Titus O'Neil an opportunity to fight for the U.S. Championship. Um, I think they're gonna play into the fact that Titus got beat up Monday. That they're going to give Rusev the win with this one because I think really it's like who can really stop Rusev that's not named John Cena.
This is where you know that Titus never really had a title to hold on to. Rusev has already been well known as a powerhouse ever since he left NXT. And we can go on a million chapters on how Rusev smash, Rusev bash, whatever. But I'm going to lean towards Titus winning here because he hasn't won any titles. No, wait, actually, I take that back. The Primetime Players did win the tag team titles, but respectfully speaking, Titus hasn't won a singles career title. So right now, I think it's Titus's time. So I'm going to say Titus here.
If you think about it, last year's Money in Bank was where Primetime Players won the tag team titles. You think about that, but I still believe they're gonna keep it on Rusev. It'd be a shocker, but um, anyway, this one is gonna be a very interesting match to talk about. Uh, it's gonna be the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Title match. It's gonna be the New Day versus the Club versus Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains. As you know that New Day has have held the title for a good bit since last year's SummerSlam. Um, and it's just that this one's going to be a very interesting match. I don't know who I would say would win this match because besides the Vaudevillains, it's going to be either between New Day, the Club, and Enzo Cass. If I have to pick, based on Monday, I'm going to say Kofi Kingston in his weird ass old man shoes. Just kidding. I think New Day would retain if I had to make a pick because of the fact that remember there's no disqualification. There's 3 members of New Day, but I really don't think they're going to let Xavier get involved if that team's a face. My pick would be New Day MVP.
Oh, man. Well, for one fact, let's just put this out there right now. The Vaudevillains are not going to win too early. The Club, meh, unless something big happens. But I am going to be very adamant and honest here. Enzo and Cass should have gotten NXT. They should have had the NXT titles when they were in NXT. But leaning towards this match and knowing how New Day has been the champions for this long, I will not be surprised if it's this pay-per-view or the next two pay-per-views coming up. Enzo and Cass will get the belts. My prediction's only going to be New Day because I think they're going to set up a grander stage for the New Day versus Enzo and Cass going forward, unless something occurs out of the blue. But I'm still going to say New Day is going to win. But I see SummerSlam adding a grander stage for the tag belts.
And I think that grander stage would be SummerSlam. But as I said, anything can happen with the draft. Now, I don't know what to start off with. The last three matches are very interesting, to say the least. What would you want to start off with? MVP.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I say this is there's three interesting matches. The last three matches are very interesting. What would you start off with?
The last three matches. Well, knowing that it's gonna be what it is, I would move. I would put the. I would honestly. I would put the Money in the Bank match on the bottom.
All right. So
Then I
so
would
you
put
want
AJ versus Cena, and then the Rollins Reigns match. Because remember, this is what Vince McMahon wants. This is not what the fans want, and this is how WWE operates.
all right. So if you
So
want, so let's do it. We're gonna
at
talk
3,
about
AJ Cena 2, and Rollins Reigns for the title at number 1.
yeah. Here, all right. Here we go. So we start off with the Money in the Bank ladder match for this briefcase, which is not actually the replica, but it's like a would you be thinking about it? Yeah. It is six people: Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Alberto Del Rio, Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose, and Chris Jericho. Winner of the match gets not only the briefcase, but a contract that state that they can get a
Look
shot.
at that fucking briefcase.
They get a shot for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for a period of a match, in a period of 1 year. So, anytime, anywhere, 1 year. Now, this is an interesting hard match because I want to take out Alberto Del Rio. Del Rio is the only one in the group that has already won a Money in the Bank ladder match. This one's hard, really. Because if you think about it, Chris Jericho, who invented the Money in the Bank ladder match, has never won a Money in the Bank ladder match. Dean Ambrose, he's been close so many times with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He could win it. Sami Zayn could be, the shocker that wins it all. Cesaro, the whole brass ring type thing, he could win it. Kevin Owens, he could be the top heel and, be the winner of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He could cash it in. Remember, anybody could cash in anytime, anywhere. If I have to make a pick, I would have to say that I would have to say Kevin Owens because I think they have bigger plans for Kevin Owens. I really don't think they did the instigation on Ambrose, the Ambrose Asylum with Dean Ambrose saying, "Oh, I'm gonna win Money in the Bank." He's not gonna win Money in the Bank. Chris Jericho, you know, been there for so many years. He doesn't really need Money in the Bank. Cesaro, Sammy, you could vouch for them, but for me, it's gonna be Kevin Owens. I have to say Kevin Owens is gonna be the one that holds Money in the Bank. MVP.
I'm sorry. I had to choke from this email that I got earlier today. Sorry, folks. Well, right now, let's just eliminate Chris Jericho because I don't see him in this.
You don't like the gift of Jericho?
It sounds like tainted Kool-Aid, man. I mean, shit. Let's be honest here. I'm not going to say Sami Zayn because I think they're gonna set Sami Zayn up for something big. I don't see Alberto Del Rio, sadly. But there was a spoiler that I did read that implicates either Owens or Ambrose winning it, but I don't buy it. So, folks, take this with a grain of salt because I'm not going to buy into that hype. But if I had to put push comes to shove, knowing how Kevin Owens is over, I would pick him. But there's so much leverage with Owens and how he presents himself. I'm going to lean towards Ambrose winning this. I think Ambrose is finally going to get what's coming to him, a decent world title match. So I'm going to pick Dean Ambrose. Don't know when to take French.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna read the comments that have been posted on the YouTube page. Um, Billy says penis, and where's his hamburger? Billy, you don't need a hamburger. I'm sorry. You don't really need a hamburger, son.
Right now, you need to calm down, drink some water, and think about WCCW, World Class Championship Wrestling. Okay?
Yeah. No, but I kind of understand the point, but I just really don't see them giving the briefcase to Dean. I mean, I understand you want to see that, shield type thing that, Ambrose was hinting at, but I just don't see it. I think Kevin Owens is the better candidate, really, to be honest.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. Owens has been well known over the circuit as not just a force, but a force with the mic. And Owens has a lot of things that should be credited to him and really not to be ignored. But hey, it's going to be something that not a lot of people are going to look forward to. But at the end of the day, they say it is what it is, and I ain't trying to hear all that. But I think Ambrose has something legitimate here. I don't know. I just see it. I mean, it's not what I think, but let's give credit where credit is due here. I think Ambrose has something here,
Oh
unless
yeah,
I see different.
yeah. By the way, here's what Billy has posted. You Billy. Anyway, moving on. We gotta go with the dream match. The match that everybody has ever wanted to see in their whole entire life. When AJ Styles was in TNA, they ever thought, what would ever happen if AJ Styles fight John Cena? Well, here we go. Here it is nowadays. AJ Styles versus John Cena. Most likely with no club since AJ Styles did sign a contract that doesn't have the club, so the club might be banned. MVP thoughts, comments first.
Ooh, like I said, and this is not to talk mess about Cena because I know how Billy talks about, well, Cena is for who he is, and I'm not trying to put flame into the fire here, but I mean, let's be honest here. Cena doesn't have much years or time left in the WWE. Let's just be honest. Cena carried the company for as long as it's been, and that's something I respect. I'm not gonna go on a bad tirade about this, but let's be honest. I think when Shane and Stephanie implemented New Era, it means something that has merit and a meaning. And I'm going to go AJ here because what AJ said on live TV, folks, and this is the same Raw I know you looked at, James. Cena is only well known for being not the face of the company and, the 500 Make-A-Wish Foundation trips he did. But this is something where Cena's done enough. His legacy will not be tarnished. But I think this new era could mean more for the company and bring in more business and revenue. So I'm going to go with my boy, the Phenomenal One, to win out this one. And this loss will not hurt Cena going forward. So I'm going to say it right here.
Well, you think about a lot of things, really, and if you want to know how my life changes, because I kind of switched to my life. But anyway, moving on. If history serves a lot of people correctly, Cena is most likely would to lose his first match in a feud. If you look at this type of thing, I really think Cena is going to lose. How is he going? Is he going to lose clean? Is something going to be happening? You don't know. I don't know. Will Finn Balor show up and screw Cena? You don't know. And that's the thing, though. It's just that this match is really unpredictable. But I really, but if history serves everybody correctly, Cena will never win the first match. He is most likely going to be giving AJ Styles to win because if you look at it, his feud with Rusev, he put Rusev over at Fastlane by passing out. You had when he had a feud with Kevin Owens beat Cena for the first time at the Elimination Chamber. It shocked everybody, but but that's just something really is that I really think Cena's going to have to push somebody, and as you said, Cena that won't get hurt out of this. And last but not least, is the main event of the evening. It is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins for the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world. Now, Roman Reigns is the champion, but Seth Rollins, as everybody says, technically never lost the title since he got injured and he was forced to vacate it. Toss up here. Who you got? MVP? Start for you.
This is when you know things are going straight to his L. But wow, Rollins here does have a legitimate shot for the title. My only concern is the direction that it's going to go. And knowing that, can't believe I'm going to say this here, that Roman Reigns is now Vince's boy, because we have established a lot what goes on as we watched. As much as I want to go Rollins here, and sorry, Mike of Iowa, but Roman will retain, and we'll see a rematch at SummerSlam, but with a stipulation.
Hold on. We got a match at we have Battleground in between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam.
That's what I mean. I think this will draw to a better pay-per-view. And if it's not Battleground, in which I don't see Rollins winning it, maybe SummerSlam, because Rollins said it right there in the interview with Michael Cole on Tuesday, saying that Seth had to drop the belt due to injury. It was unfortunate. So right now, in my book, while the fans are probably saying to themselves, Rollins never really lost, he's the real champ, but Roman, he got his shot out of nowhere, even though Triple H and da 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 da, and he retained at WrestleMania. Let's just go on ahead and dignifies the way that it did and everything else. But Roman will win, but Seth will win it at a bigger stage, just not this pay per view.
Now, before I go to a question, I'm gonna make my pick. I really, really don't think they're gonna give the belt to Seth Rollins. This is something where Vince McMahon will be 100% behind Roman Reigns, whether the fans like it or not. The direction of the WWE will be Roman Reigns is the top guy. He's gonna be the one holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I don't really see them giving it to Seth. I mean, Seth, yeah, he's a good person. I just don't think that they're going to decide, hey, oh my god, here we go give Seth the belt. I don't see it, really. It's gotta be Roman Reigns, number one, no matter what. We gotta hate it, but Vince is gonna love it. Now, my question to you, since you say Dean Ambrose, will he cash in Money in the Bank?
If the opportunity presents himself, perhaps, but we don't know the mindset of Dean Ambrose, to be honest. I mean, we watched Raw, we've seen all three members of the Shield, former members of the Shield, bicker at each other, where Dean basically made the argument that what if he were to win and he were to cash in at the winner in the main event? So a lot of arrows are going which way but loose here, let's be honest. But like I said, if Ambrose does win, which he is my pick, I don't think it's going to be the same night. We're down. Just don't think it's going to be tomorrow night. I'll be shocked, but I don't think it's going to be tomorrow night.
And my pick is Kevin Owens. And usually with the heels that have held Money in the Bank, because I say Kevin Owens is gonna be and he's a heel. They tend to hang on to this briefcase. The only exception is Kane, because he cashed it in right then and there on the same night. But I think whoever wins Money in the Bank will not cash it in at Money in the Bank. I think they're going to maybe wait until SummerSlam for a cash in. They go wait for an opportune time, because I really, 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 really say that Roman Reigns is going to walk out of Las Vegas still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. This briefcase is not going to get cashed in, and I don't care. This briefcase you will be seeing on TV for a good while, no matter who's the champion. Oh, it'll be whoever holds the briefcase. They're going to keep it. They're going to keep this. If Ambrose do it, I think they might even save a triple threat for SummerSlam with Ambrose cashing in. Anyway, last thoughts and stuff that you had to put out your chest, MVP, about this pay per view.
Well, the only thing. Oh, well, I mean, what else can I say? This is where, legitimately speaking, a lot of feuds will happen, but I don't think all the titles are going to change in one hand. Just maybe the U.S. title, but the other titles, they're not going to change hands because SummerSlam, like we've always known, is one of the four best pay-per-views in WWE history that has a lot of history, titles change, and better feuds. Not given the fact that Money in the Bank has been synonymous to many things that many wrestlers have had opportune times to cash in, or after the briefcase, they would save it for a year. And remember, folks, you have 1 year from when you get it to the next one where you can cash it in, or it's going to be invalid, null, and void. But I think only one title will change tomorrow night, but I predict maybe all of them will change hands. SummerSlam, or if not, knowing how creative has a little bit of lingering in their fingers, maybe Survivor Series, but that's all the way in November. But I just think Money in the Bank is only going to up the ante for future matches. That's as far as I see it.
I really think if there is a title change at Money in the Bank, it's gonna be the tag titles. And I don't know, it's gonna be either the club or Enzo and Cass. But every other titles is going to stick with their title holder. Really, 10 matches. I don't know how you get 10 matches. 8 of them on the main card, 2 pre-shows. That's a very interesting one. And it also brings up the question, since King is a pre-show person, who would replace him?
I don't know. I'll say somebody that has been on the table before. We all know it's not going to be Byron Saxton because he's going to be right next to JBL and Cole, so we can roll him out. Maybe Corey Graves.
Yeah, it could be Corey Graves.
I mean, time will tell.
Hey,
But
remember, we could also have David.
sucks.
We could also have David Otunga.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the WWE lawyer.
Because
I don't know.
it shocked me. It kind of shocked me. Monday when I was watching the Superstars taping, that David Otunga was actually on the the Superstars announced team. So it could be anybody really. Uh, for if you, I think did he do panelist last pay per view? Yeah, he did panelists. Jared King Law did panelists last month at the last event. Never mind. It's gonna be most likely the same group of people at the panel on the pre-show. Anyway, that's enough about talking about Money in the Bank. Want to know what you think? Who's your predictions? Who you got? Put in the comment section, or I'm gonna post this on a couple of Facebook pages. And leave some comments. Tell us who you got. What could surprise you? Could Finn Balor show up? You never know. MVP, where they can find you and what you do.
They can find me under James's bed, stealing his Money in the Bank briefcase. I can hit him over the head with it, and I'll take his world title he has in his room.
Okay.
And I'm just taking a break from hosting right now, just living life. But I'm around. If you have my Facebook, add me up. If you don't, well, that sucks for you.
You can find me at Twitter at FatBoy504, as you can see right down here on this lower what's this thing called? Lower third? Yeah, lower third. You can find me at twitch.tv/FatBoy504. I haven't done really much hosting, but I might. Never know. And until then, MVP, stop hiding under the bed, you.
You know what? Don't make me go on my referee rant again. Don't do it.
Okay, bye.